Yes. And you have to be sometimes impatiently patient. So if we talk about building wealth through investing your money, the numbers have shown that over the last century, the stock market has gone up an average of 10% a year, historically. But many people lose money when investing in stocks. I mean, if you go around and talk to people, have you invested in stocks? Yes, yes, yes. How many of you have made money? The hands start up. Well, if the stock market has gone up by around 10% a year on average every year for the last 100 years, why are so many people losing money? Because we start playing the wrong game. And so now, what happens? If you invest your money into the stock market, and by the stock market, I mean, let's just say you buy the S&P 500, which is a basket of the 500 largest companies in the stock market. For example, financial advice, if you invest in SPY, that is an ETF that gives you exposure to the 500 largest companies. We know that historically that's gone up by 10% a year, but that's not enough for a lot of people. But now I'm going to play this game. I'm going to try to beat the market. And some people will, most won't. So now some people are going to try to get into the game of investing in individual companies or maybe trading companies. Because even investing in individual companies, invest for the long enough period of time, you're probably going to win. But many people now want a quicker solution. So now we start trading. We start finding hot companies, the next Tesla, the next Amazon. We see what Reddit says, we see what Google says, and we start buying these things because we're excited. But that excitement is what's killing your wealth, because you're investing on emotion instead of investing on financials. And so this is where you talk about what's boring. Just keep doing the market. Keep investing in the market. When the market's up, when the market's down, when the market's sideways, just keep investing, because that has been proven to win. We know that if you invest $100 a month from the age of 21 until your retirement, 65, 66, and you can get the same 10% return, you're going to retire a millionaire. Assuming you only invest $100 a month from the age of 21 to 65 or 66.
It's so interesting because when I asked you earlier what the best investment you ever made was, you said the investment you made in yourself. And maybe we've not spent enough time really talking about how critical knowledge and skills are to wealth generation. Maybe that is the first principle of wealth creation. Maybe that is the furthest thing upstream, is knowledge and skills. And you can, dabble in stocks and whatever else, but really, over a 50-year time horizon, your knowledge and skills, and your knowledge might be of patience, your knowledge might be of real estate investing, your knowledge might be of whatever, your knowledge might be of a philosophy towards investing. Really, it's your knowledge and skills that are going to determine where you end up. So as it relates to getting those knowledge and skills, where's the best place to people to go, other than obviously the Diary of a CEO, but outside of this podcast, where is the best place for people to go to get knowledge and skills that they can trust without getting scammed, without having to pay for some course from some YouTuber who's charging $3,000 a month for to tell them something that reading off ChatGPT? What is the best place?
Well, the best place is to go out and do it. Screw up, make mistakes. But along with that, start with what's free. YouTube, podcasts.
Best book you've ever read?
The first book, I'll start with that, because the best is, it changes.
Yeah.
The first book I ever read, cover to cover, was Rich Dad Poor Dad. The second book is Total Money Makeover. Rich Dad Poor Dad is by Robert Kiyosaki. Total Money Makeover is by Dave Ramsey. The third book is the book called The Creature from Jekyll Island, which talks about the Federal Reserve Bank. Those three books are going to give you a foundation of money and different perspectives of it. So start by learning for free. Even before books, start by watching YouTube videos, start by listening to podcasts. Then you take the next step and you start reading books. And what I talk about is, if you go out and over the next 12 months, you read 5 books on money management and investing. I just gave 3. Read 5 books on personal development and self-development. Read 5 books on how to start a business. Read 5 books on leadership. And then read 5 books on how to scale, market, and grow your business. You're going to have an MBA level education for a fraction of the cost. Start with that. And then go out and make mistakes. And as you grow, that's when you start buying classes and other things, because you'll find people that you might want to get consulting from. but start with that.
What is the most important thing we didn't talk about?